I think before you start your business, before you start anything, I'd say accomplish anything. What I mean by that is you need to have a goal set for yourself. And by the time you reach that deadline for your goal, you need to have accomplished it. When you're starting out a business or anything for yourself, whether that be through your ambition, your motivation, or just sheer discipline and determination, if you're just starting out, you haven't learned a thing yet. You're still learning, you're still writing your notes, you're still in the process of growing in this journey, and so am I. But I'm here to tell you, I've already gone through a couple years of this. And through my experience, I can say that without accomplishing something, people will not take you seriously. You will not take yourself seriously. When you accomplish something, you become so much more confident and you become so much more credible and so much more believable. I say that YouTube and apps like Instagram and any social media platforms are the best way to promote your businesses, and you should do this every day. Make a TikTok a day, make an Instagram post a day, make a YouTube short a day, and you can make a video every other day. But before all of these different details and before all of these different things, the most important part is accomplishing something first. Whether that be your first sale, it doesn't even have to be about your business. You can sell some Nike tech that you have from like 5 years ago on eBay and say, this is how I got my first 20 bucks, or this is how I got my first 100 bucks. And from there, you learn, you grow, and you continue to accomplish more things the later you get into this business idea. Anytime you're doing something in this niche, you always have to give your evidence and you always have to give your experience through it. And if you don't, people will not take you. For example, me, myself, talking about this topic right now, I can tell you I know this because I've been through it myself. I've made plenty of videos, but even before that, I've gone through a lot of things. I've had different channels, which I will leave a link in the description on this video, and they weren't even about self improvement. I have one that's about my religion, Christianity, and how I follow Christ, and another gaming channel, and another gaming channel when I was a little bit younger. I sound like a kid there. My most popular video has like about 200 views, I think. But overall, to go back on topic, what really matters is that you have experience in what you do. You don't have to have all the experience. All you have to do is be able to relate to that person who's watching you. And you have to find out who your viewer is going to be. Because once you've accomplished that thing, the people watching you have to actually care about you, what you accomplished. They have to actually care about your progress and your goals. When you're growing that natural, pure community, those first 100, 500, 1,000 subscribers, they need to be natural and they need to be true. You can't just get a whole bunch of your friends to start subscribing if they don't even watch your videos. You need to get people who will actually watch you and actually appreciate your content. Yeah, sure, a couple thousand views on a video, it's good and all, but the most important thing is when people actually like your content and you're not doing it just for the views and just for the clout. You have to have some accomplishments that you can show people that they actually believe you and say, this guy knows what he's talking about, or this guy has actually gone through it. If the viewers who are watching you can't have something to rely on, can't have a rock or a stepping stone to continue walking in this forest, this whole journey, it'll be your job to show them the way. You have to trip over the stones. You have to trip over the trees and the rocks and the animals along the way. And once you're done through all that, your cuts and bruises, then you show them. Watch out for that rock over there. Watch out for that tiger. That's his den over there. Watch out for the cave with the bear. Watch out for the monkeys. They're going to steal your food in your backpack. This is about you. And for them, you are their mentor. And through your accomplishments, no matter what it may be, whether it be about a whole different genre, you tie it back to yourself. And you say, this is how I know what I'm talking about. This is my experience. This is how you can trust me. Because I've gone through the trials and tribulations of hard work, hard discipline, And through all of that, I can tell you, this is the best way to do it. My way. Guarantee 100% that if you do this, you will end up just like me, or better yet, even more successful. And so when you accomplish something, when your goals are finally achieved, one, you relieve, you sit down, you feel relaxed, and can say that you accomplished something that you've been waiting to do for such a long time. Then you turn on the camera, you go ahead, tell people your story, and then sell your product. You sell whatever you want to sell. And you give them some encouragement to do it. You say, oh, it really helped me, and I hope it helps you. Because I put hard work into this product, and now I want you to buy it. So you can support me and yourself while doing so. It doesn't matter what you're selling, it just matters how you sell it. Because the way you sell things is going to be the most important part. But back to that goal, back to that ambition, and back to achieving your biggest goals. You need to achieve them in order to show them. People are rather going to watch the person who they can be reliable on or who they can relate to. Some guy in a bathrobe and he's sitting in his bedroom, more people will actually watch him rather than the professor sitting down in his lab coat talking to you about numbers and percentages. More people can relate to that guy in the bathrobe because he's actually relatable to them, and he can tell his backstory, his stories, and the things he's done wrong and the things he's done right, the things he did do and the things he didn't do. All of these I know because I've seen in the past 3 years. All these people have to have stories to tell. They have to have something to give to you so you can really feel reliable on them and relate to them at the same time. And then they sell you their product. They sell you their things, and you realize that, oh, this guy's gone through the same things as me and he's still successful. I think I should trust him. When you see somebody's transformation through an accomplishment and a goal, and you feel like you can relate to them, even if just a little bit, what do you think you feel like? What do you think the viewers are going to feel like? They're probably going to click on that link. Most of the time, if there's somebody they see on the screen, somebody they see on the internet, who they could relate to, if they're in a bad position, and that person's successful now, they're probably going to take that option. They're not going to take the rich boy who grew up rich, took that $1 million and turned it into $1 billion. Okay, nice, good. They're going to take the guy who was poor as well, who smoked weed, who went to parties, who did all these extra things. But he still accomplished his first goal. He tells a story. He's in his room. It looks messy, but he actually started. At least he started. At least he didn't wait around and say, oh, I'll start later. I don't even have that good of a camera. Or, oh, I'll start later. I don't even know how to do this. The whole point of starting is by accomplishing your first goal. And to do that, your first goal might as well be to promote your business, because that is the only way you're going to get there. Through accomplishing your goals, you'll accomplish so many more things. And through those so many more things, you can tell your stories onto the camera and onto the people out there. Thousands and millions of people who could see your videos, relate, and actually talk to you. And actually listen, write down notes, journal, pray, meditate, and better themselves and grow their business as well. It's all about your mindset. And it's all about accomplishing that first goal. The first goal is probably the one you'll feel the most emotional about. Think of it like this. You're starting out in a bad position in life. You're 15, 16. You're a teenager, and you decide to promote your business and make some money because college isn't right for you and you don't have a dream job. You decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what my path is going to be like. He makes videos and videos and videos until one blows up and he actually makes a decent amount of money. He can actually buy his first apartment. It's not the best, it's not the most luxurious, but it feels amazing to finally have a certain amount of freedom. He finally hit 10K a month just by sitting at home and making videos. Next, he'll continue on to make 20K, 30K, 40K a month. And he can buy more apartments or even more luxurious cars and even buy a house, get a wife and kids. But the apartments he buys next, the houses he buys next, it will never feel as good to him as the first one that he bought. Because that first one was his first goal, his first story that he could actually tell people. And he would know that these people would actually listen to him and watch because they know it's achievable. They know it's right. Because after all that hard work, just because he's super successful now and is a multi-millionaire and makes over $1 million a year, he still started from somewhere less than that. And he could still tell his story about his first apartment, his first 5K, 10K a month, and then says, you can do it too. You can make your own business. You can do it as well. Doesn't matter how you do it. You just have to start. You just have to achieve that first goal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss another one of my videos. And also leave a comment and tell me what I should make a video on next. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.